Welcome to Cow Daily. No big long elongated E today, just because I can't be bothered today. But I'll just keep talking until people are joining already. Nice to see yous arriving. Let me know in the comments who's a boot. That'll be good. And what we'll do is, in the time on a tradition, stick some of this Ravi Shankar on until people join in, because I've got a brew to drink as well. Enjoy. Lovely. Let me know how you're booting the comments, good people. Also, if you can give the stream an early like, apparently that helps, which would be just bloody lovely. I see you doing it. Nice one. Thanks. Just turn down Ravi a little bit. It's hard in my ears. Mars is here. Up twice in 1 week. It's all happening. We've got the attack of the E's, and I really appreciate Carlos, Zoe, Bob, and Joanne rocking the E's, because I just haven't got it in us the day. Kelly's in the house. Nice to see you. Morning all. She says, morning right back at you, pal. Hold on a minute. Where on earth? There he is. See you, Ravi. Somebody else popped up. It's Andy Taylor, king of the posties. Harry, pal. Hope you're doing well. Hope it's not absolutely horsing it down where you are delivering the post. If you want to support work, go to P to the A to the T, REON.com/Cow Daily. That's patreon.com/Cow Daily for all your support and independent media needs. Also, there is a link in the description for PayPal if you want to make one-off contribution to our work. Thank you very much. Also, if you're just joining, if you could share the stream, and also give us an early like. Apparently that helps with more people seeing the stream, which is a good thing, I've been told. Right. Who else is a boot? Christopher Sheezer, nice one. Nice to see you here again. Glasgow's about. Eye to the eye. Read. Today, I don't know, I just wanted to kind of talk about, I guess, how we're feeling. So if you could put in the comments how you're feeling in 2023, like today, what's the overarching sense of how you're feeling? Because obviously I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling while you're doing that, but I just think it's important. I think we had a bit of a gap as well. Obviously latest bout of illness and whatever from me, and I don't know. I just get a sense that we've beveled straight back into this and we haven't really checked in with each other. You know what I mean? And I think that's important, especially at the minute. So that's what this is about. So I see things popping up in the comments. Nice. I mean, it'll probably surprise nobody. I mean, I don't just do this; I do other work as well. And but I mean, obviously, in this work, I see a lot of traumatic stuff every day, because you've got to, because that's the work, isn't it? But I mentioned it before, but I work from the day of the Hamas attack on the festival right through long amounts of hours for 10, 11 days, and my head just popped. Obviously, it's seeing bands, dead bands. I mean, it's not just that. I mean, but do you know what it is? I think we should stop doing that to an extent. It's oh, the children. I mean, men, women, anybody being targeted by this at the moment. And it's not just that, it's seeing the genocide apologia, which is a thing that shouldn't even exist, but it does. That's really, really, really upset us. And also the people doing apologia for the people doing genocide apologia, like Keir Starmer and whatnot. It's just psychopathic. At this stage, it's there's no case to be made for supporting those people, and yet people are still reverting back to the blue screen of death before all of this, where before that was the last safe point. And it's making them not come out with some absolutely, let's be mild and kind, some really unreasonable takes. So a lot of that's really done me in. Also, some colleagues are from originally and family still in the West Bank and Palestine and Lebanon, and talking to them's been really upsetting. I mean, obviously, it's like, it's deep for anybody, but it's obviously a huge amount deeper for people who have family in the West Bank, family in Lebanon, and more. And it's really hard. It's really like hard to know how to best support people, but particularly when you don't know them that well, but you kind of know them through work. But as I said to one person yesterday, like when I don't know what to do, I just tend to err on the side of empathy and just like kind of reach out. So that's what I'm doing. Also, I look like a proper ghoul, like because of the blurring of the thing. Tell us what you think of that, because I quite like it. Me, just I'm kind of like bursting out like some mad ghoul. What is it? Jez called it the other day, blood mad ghoul. I like that. I want comments though, and there's lots of them. Let's see. Loads of people up in the business, right? Who's this? Andy Taylor, sick of getting wet. I've got no facetious comment to make back in return, mate. I really respect and appreciate posties. I think you do proper good work. Matty's saying he's here, but won't be in the chat walking me dog. How's the dog getting on? I hope you're doing well, mate. One of the greatest people I've ever met. Thank you for everything you've given my family. Joanna's saying she's feeling tired and drained. Tell us why, mate. Hey, here's Alice Wolf back in the house. Hi, Alice. Hope you keep well, mate. Right, hold on a minute. Matty is saying he's mad, stressed, had to cook working half, fully skinned, dog starting to have fits, but we'll be okay. I mean, you were the one that helped me with my dog having fits, and you're right, he will be okay. Or she, they'll be okay. And it was you that told me that. So, it's sad that you're in this situation yourself, but trust me, like, just, you know what you're doing. I don't need to advise you on any of that. But just on the emotional side of things, I know how hard it is to see your dog having a fit. It's horrible, especially for yourself as well, having epilepsy, dude. But I mean, and that sounds mad because you were the one that helped me. But if I can help you with anything in return in terms of how it goes day to day, then just it's ringers, not even a thing. Carol Booth is saying, feeling disheartened and raw. Yeah, I hear that, mate. Zoe is saying, if I could put it into words, I would. Dread is a good word. My anxiety's been shocking, surprisingly. I hear you. I have been on the borderline with the anxiety stuff. Yesterday, I got absolutely smashed with the depression. Like, just the depression tends to come like a little bit after the initial trauma. Like, especially if you're keeping yourself busy, like a lot of are. So yesterday, oh God, it was horrifying. Because I've been through a lot of it in the past, and that was why it was horrifying, because I was worried that it was just like going to be long lasting. But fortunately, I've got a lot of tools in my bag. A lot of them involve just going on long walks on my own, not even with the dog. And I did that yesterday, and I managed to get enough back. But what I did yesterday as well, my partner's back's done in at the minute. Ironically, she's a physio. We actually just cut in. We live next to a church with church bells, which you might be able to hear, but it's right next door, and it's 10 o'clock. So there's 10 of them, and they're doing my head in. We're doing off in a month, like, so I'll have a proper studio going on there, and there'll be any blurring and that. But in the meantime, you can see us doing this, bursting out of the fog, like a dafty. I need a brew. So as I say, more of an informal one today. I want it to be more about yous. Like, I've got some stuff to throw up on the screen, like as a root of why maybe a lot of we're feeling like this. But I just want to hear from yous, man. Like, as I said at the top of the show, we've come bursting back into this after a period of illness for me, like a bloody death threat because of genocide. And sometimes we need to take a step back and just check in as a community, because it's hard. And I mean, if you feel like you want to do like a talking thing, then I'll hire you the link if you want to hop on and we'll have a chat. Dead informal today, man. Lisa's saying, not great, but I've been much worse in the past, morning all. Just make sure you're part of this community, mate. And if it gets really bad, always reach out if you can. Glasgow saying, like a bag of shite, physically and mentally, probably a mix of usual health issues and the whole watching a genocide and being subject to so much shite to try to make satire. Well, you're still doing a good job of it, pal. And I really respected the fact that you put off your Halloween quiz for a day on self-care. Like, do that, man. Always do that first, because at the end of the day, dude, it's a long road. All of this is a long, long road. It's not going away anytime soon, and you're needed. Your voice is needed. So if you need to manage that now, particularly around your health, didn't feel guilty about it. You know, you're doing sterling work, and you've got my respect. So just keep doing what you're doing. Joanne's saying, Alice with the heart. So if you're listening, Alice, the love is here for you. Why don't you pop up for 5 minutes? I'll send you the link. How we'll have a chat. I dare you. How, Alice? Anyway, Carol Booth, I saw a post that said that the festival relocated 48 hours before it happened and that Hamas didn't know it was there. I'm not sure about that. I don't know, because you would probably be able to hear that. You would be able to hear the tunes in Gaza like that, a full bloody festival sound system. So having experience in this, you would definitely be able to hear the sounds of Psytrance floating over the border. So honestly, I don't know. There's all manner of horrible jokes about Psytrance and this, which I've stopped my brain from formulating because it's like a fucking joke machine. It doesn't stop. I've certainly made myself laugh because I love dark humor. David Teasdale in the house. Good morning from Tenerife. Ooh, get you on your hollies. Is it nice there, or have you been hit by the storm? Let one know. Carlos, my overarching feelings are a mixture of empathy and anger. The genocide is a culmination of this. Definitely, it's really weird, isn't it? It's really weird to like feel so angry, but empathy at the same time. It's like this weird, like, internal struggle. Because I mean, anger, I suppose, could be linked to empathy in the sense of, I don't know, you could commit a violent act to stop an even worse one being committed, etc., etc. But yeah, I mean, that's a bit of a stretch. They tend to be like not that linked. But you're quite right, mate. It's you've kind of described in simple terms, I guess, how I'm feeling. I suppose a lot of yous out there feeling too. Hope your dog's okay, Matty, says Glasgow. Alice is back. She says, I struggle to articulate what we're seeing on a daily basis. It's not just the horror of genocide, but the way people closer to you react to it. I find the UK so unsettling at the moment. You make a good point, mate, as ever. It's the people like close to it are reacting to it as well, like just completely, I don't know. Oh, isn't it horrible? And then just bouncing on with their day. There was actually something like, there's one of the journalists that I follow on Instagram, and he put a tweet out and he said, we're seeing people sharing their stories of like the genocide. And in the very next story, it's pictures of them having fun. And the last thing they said, we don't need your sympathy if that's how it is. And our man, if you like, this guy is risking his life and all that, and you're seeing that, it's almost like it's kind of what I'm struggling with is people are treating everything like it's The Sims or something. Like, this is real life, and we're watching a genocide live stream. I mean, Alice knows as well. We were like, before the internet, rocking around, doing our best around the Afghan-Iraq war, protesting and being very active at the time and doing the things that we could do then. And we didn't have like the internet to this degree in people's homes then. So we weren't getting this like constant parade of flickering nightmares, which is the last couple of weeks has been the worst I've ever seen. And I've seen some shit, man, and I'm built for this. I can deal with this. I've had friends murdered, suicide, all of that. I've been traumatized, and I've come out the other end, and I can live with this and deal with it. But like Glasgow's done as well, I've also learned that to be able to do that, I need to pull back from it so I can go again. So if that's yous out there and that's how you're feeling, do that. And also, if you need to kind of, I don't know, maybe it'll work challenging those people. I don't know. The ones that are just like acting wild. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. That's a constant thing for me. But it's just seeing you pop up, Alice. It's nice. I miss you here, but I understand. But much love to you, mate. Right, hold on a minute. Leon's in the house. Dropped the cow in. Nice one, pal. Nice to see you. Jez Hunt, the king. Where is he? There he is. Morning. everybody asks him after Alice, which is always a belter. Kelly is saying she's rotating between sad and horrified, angry and depressed, resigned to waiting for the next awful event. And this is the thing. I think it's part of that Steve Bannon thing, which is flood the zone with shit. We're in the zone and we are drowning in shit, basically, because think of it like this: COVID, cost of living, everything's mad expensive. Fucking the climate emergency, which is wild as hell. Genocide live stream before our eyes. Listen to us, right? Nobody said when we were young that we would still have to go to work whilst watching a live stream genocide like play out before our eyes, and have the scumbag managerial class of everywhere try and get us to pretend like this is not happening so we can file some fucking copy, put some things on some shelves, sweep the floors, do whatever it is that we do for a living whilst all of this is going on. So do not feel that anything that you are feeling is abnormal. We don't have a map for this territory, none of us, right? None of us. But if we pull together and we're open and we're honest, like we're trying to achieve here today, about how we're feeling, then that empowers other people to not feel like they're the only ones. And that then in turn empowers other people to do it. And if we push through all of that together and also show strength and refuse to be called anti-Semites and all of this other shit, that it's just not going to fucking work anymore. We made a massive mistake not challenging that in the past. I mean, I'll show you some shit here, right? Check this shit out, and I'm going to come back to your comments, so keep popping them in. Keep letting me know how you are. This show's about you, but I've got to show you these things. This is where's he nicked off to? Do you know Simon Schmar? He's a historian. He tweeted, "The chant at Liverpool Street, as many have pointed out, is indeed not intifada, but ceasefire now. Apologies." And somebody's replied, "Could you also now correct the error in your Twitter bio? For some reason, it describes you as a historian and not as a shrill, ranting fraud." They know this. They fucking know. It's on video. Rachel Riley did some kind of redaction again, and they're just coming out with some fucking absolute... Well, we know what it's about. We all know what this is about. It's to stop any kind of like positive change for all if it impacts the interest of fucking Israel, who are now out there absolutely and utterly murdering people in full view of the world, innocent people. Look at this, right? Check this out. This is from Galet Distel Athbarian, and originally in Hebrew, a tweet, right? This is what you're dealing with. I've highlighted, it's a long ass tweet, but I've highlighted this part of it. Hate the enemy, hate the monsters. Any vestige of internal bickering is a maddeningly stupid waste of energy. Invest this energy in one thing: erasing all of Gaza from the face of the earth, that the Gazan monsters will fly to the southern fence and try to enter Egyptian territory, or they will die, and their death is evil. Gaza should be erased. I mean, look, it goes on. It goes on. Saying like a vengeful and cruel IDF is needed in these times and whatnot. Taking no responsibility for the things that her side might have done. And this is a big part of the problem. This person is a member of Likud, which is Netanyahu's ruling party, and used to be a government minister. This is one of many amounts of different people spreading hateful rhetoric on TV within Israel. So this was boiling me piss, right? But what I try and do in these times, and honestly, it really works. Like if you want to try and like make yourself feel a bit better, what happens is, right, when we can't like deal with these feelings of overwhelm, quite often it defaults to anger, kicking off, that kind of thing, because we can't sit and cry all day. But for some reason, it seems all right, in inverted commas, to be an angry bastard. I've been like that recently. I've apologized to my partner twice and my dogs twice. You apologize to your dogs too. That's a good thing. You know, we've got to own this. This is like unprecedented, man. Like we lived through Iraq, like a lot of us, right? And Afghanistan was not the same. we were out active, like doing things on a street level, putting leaflets in people's hands, like doing this kind of thing. It's like important that we check in and do this kind of show, because quite honestly, like a lot of us are stuck in the house. A lot of us aren't having that same kind of interaction like we did before the internet, and a lot of that's obviously the way the world's set up, but a lot of that's just about us and what we've slipped into. So in the absence of that, I really feel at the minute like at least once a week we're going to do something like this where it's about yous as much as it possibly can be. Apart from when Alice pops up and there's a massive love in. Hi everybody. No, I'm joking. Hi guys. Bob is saying blood pressure's way too high, feeling stressed, overwhelmed, and trapped. Just know, mate, that there's a lot of love, definitely from me for you. You've been so helpful and kind towards us. And if there's anything that you need in return, just say the word, even if it's just a chat, Bob. Like, you know what I mean. But much love to you. What's Alice is saying? She's working from home. She can pop up in the comments. Nice. Reed, she's saying hello to me. Hiya, Koo. Hiya, pal. You all right? Just text me, yeah. Write that on a minute. See what you're saying in the comments. Joanne, Gaza info overload, but how can I stay away? Sick of having to drip feed the info to others that can't be asked. Just keep doing it, because at the end of the day, right, what we've seen from the first couple of days after the Hamas attack on the festival, is more and more people showing their arse in terms of Starmer, you know, people, politicians, not just him, like others from, well, across the pond as well, AOC. So it's not what I'm trying to get across is just keep feeding it, because eventually things are going to crack, because people cannot keep avoiding all of those things that we've just listed off and expect it not to touch them. It's going to touch them, and that's quite often, sadly, when it's hopefully not too late. Right, Jez is saying, I like the background blur. It's like you're a doctor waking us from a coma. Like, honestly, your crack is tremendous consistently. Right, hold on a minute. Let's go. Hold on a minute. But let's look. Right, so Matty is saying, he said 5 fits in 24 hours. RE folks asking on Sunday. I assume he's on the oil. So I mean, in ISL, it takes a little while for that to actually kick in and just get amongst it. It did with Zeb, but once it did, do you know what, Matty? I can tell you this, right? He's 13 now, and thanks to you, right? He's not had a fit for coming up to 3 years now. So he's an older dog, and it does take time. But trust us, man, it's going to get better. It really is. Alice is saying, it's mad here now. So many of us are feeling exactly the same collectively. Definitely is, mate, and it's why I wanted to do this, because I feel like yous feel, but quite often when there's taboos around things, one of the taboos is wrapped up in this, and it's we're opponents that'll do it. Well, you might be traumatized, but you're not as traumatized as the Palestinians. Trauma is still trauma, and we're still allowed to have trauma when we see all of the shit that we're seeing. And we're literally the ones trying to do something about it as well. And to do that, you know, we'll have to be facing this, don't we? And hopefully from today, that's gonna this kind of collective chat and sit down and just how you doing is going to be how it's just going to help we get through this, you know. What's this? Shouts to John Nash, thanks for the super chat, mate. £5 donated. Gang. Cheers, pal. Much appreciated. Sorry, only just spotted the notification. Very much appreciate that, John. Really does help, pal. Always does. Right, so hold on a minute. I'm just going to fly down here. See what other... Fiona Duncan's in the house. Nice. Thanks for doing this. I constantly feel overwhelmed. It's massively helpful to know that it's our new normal. Appreciate that, mate. We've got to do it, I feel. And as I say, if we want to develop this into like some regular thing, if you just want to actually get on, I'll just send you the link on the fly and we'll have a chat. And it could be a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, could be longer. We'll do it. Right. So anybody else? Anybody else? Jono's in the house. As someone who broke their brain during the Iraq War, my advice is to give yourself a break. You can't help anyone if you're broken. Defo, Jono, and it was nice to see you not pop up for a while, because when you did pop up, you did say that you'd been struggling since the kickoff. And yours and others were the reasons why I decided to do this today instead of like putting a usual show out. I need it as well. It's not even just about you. So, I mean, bloody hell, we're all the same. I'm like absolutely having a mare with this as well. But honestly, I really feel like if we do this more and more going forwards, because it's not going away, all of the bad things, then I feel this reciprocal, mutual chat thing can develop into something class. Really just, we're not getting enough like sort of face-to-face time generally in life. Laura Daly pops up from the Socialist Think Tank. Ari pal, thanks for doing this. People need a place to vent and be reminded they aren't alone. Much love right back at you, pal. And as ever, you know where I am if you need anything. JC, no, not that one. In the Who's. I was out in the march last weekend. Apart from some footy lads trying to start shit, the vibe was peaceful, loud and hopeful. Please, people, if you can, turn your anger and frustration into action. Wise words, important. More protests nationwide this Saturday. Glasgow protest this weekend, says Glasgow. Just on that, as I said the other day, follow Laura Pidcock. She's really good at like posting out what's what and what's happening. Instagram stories on her Facebook as well. So do that. Get in touch if you want this to be a regular thing. Let us know. Also, if you could like and react to the stream wherever you are, it really helps it get more visibility. So I'm going to keep this one around the half an hour mark a day. Let us know if you want more, and we'll develop it into something even more beautiful than this, or indeed my blurry face coming out like the ghost of Fafnir Hall, like a ghoul, like a ghoul. I don't know. Before we do go though, what we got? I just wanted to actually, we'll do this. No, we'll not do this today. I was going to do something on Zelensky, but he can get fucked. Let's keep it positive. Anyway, if you want to support our work, please go P to the A to the T, reun.com/cowdaily. That's patreon.com/cowdaily. Also, if you want to make a one-off contribution to our work, there is a link in this description of this show, and that's for PayPal. Also, as you've seen John Nash do there on the YouTube, you can also do super chats, which is very much appreciated. All the best to you. We'll see you next time. And just honestly, don't ever in your life feel alone, because our brain will trick you during these trauma times, and you're not. You're never alone. Just honestly, just reach out, whatever it fucking takes. And I'm sure you can be reaching out amongst each other now. You all know each other. Let's just be there for each other, man. Much love, and see you later. Goodbye.